Hello, and it's the test track again with me, a cup of tea, a brew, and my gloves on because I'm fed up with having cold hands. And it's a nice sunny day in Essex, although it's so cold in March. So, what we got for you today? A comparison video featuring a Class 37 and a Class 40. I want to talk to you about the locos before I set the models off, but I want to explain that the procedure of getting this all together. So initially I have to find the locos in the collection, which believe it or not takes a while because I've got so many now. Excuse the noises in the background, British Telecom are working outside. So yeah, we've got you have to set up a consist on the Gauge Master controller, which is programming it. And then you've got to make sure that they're all sitting on the track properly, you know, so all that, get them out of the boxes, etc., takes quite a good few minutes. Then I give them a trial run round myself to see what the best combination is to set them in, because set them up as, because these have got different motors in, you see. The Bachmann came out, excuse me, pardon me, the Class 40 came out in 2010, I think, or something. It may be even older than that. I've had this one a long time, and I've had this one since 2013. So Bachmann have been changing the motors over, although they've got the same decoders. And basically, the Class 40 is pulling the 37. Okay, so what it is, I put the 40 on the front. If it goes too fast, the Class 40 will make funny noises out of 37's running gear, you see, so I don't want that to happen. So anyway, I'll run it slowly so we get a nice sort of the best smooth running without setting this mucking about with the CVs. Alright, so anyway, let's talk about the locos. So here's the 1958 built Class 40. 200 were built at the Vulcan Foundry, and some built at RSH, Robert Stevenson and Hawthorne's factory. About 20 built there. 200 built in 1958, and they got the 16-cylinder English Electric CVT engines, so quite big and heavy. They say they was introduced onto the Midland region of BR, running things like the Royal Scot out of Euston, and you would have seen them mainly on the Midland main lines there, running crack expresses. They were taking over the steam engines and they were getting withdrawn. Yeah, big 16 wheelers, and even this model is difficult to get on the track, and it doesn't like these curves. So this is a third radius curve, and it just about gets around that. Yeah, they were withdrawn about 1984-86, and some are preserved, although unfortunately I don't think the real version of D210 Empress of Britain exists. So that's the sort of basic history of the Class 40 whistlers, as they were nicknamed by enthusiasts. Let's have a look at the Class 37, which was built in 1960. 309 built, again at the English Vulcan Foundry and RSH, about 20 built there as well. Yeah, introduced in 1960, allocated initially to the Eastern region for Liverpool Street and Norwich services, and eventually spread not just to the Eastern region, but they went all over the regions. You see them all over the place, even up in the Scottish Highlands, places like that. Gradually started to be withdrawn, although some still running on the network today. They've got the 12-cylinder CVT engines inside them, so slightly smaller than their bigger brother, but and some are preserved. So these are 12-wheelers, and these are 16. So the main thing is you can see the comparison between the two cabs. They're almost very similar. You can see a lot of differences now when you put them together. And I love the BR greens on these with the grey wheels. I think they really look beautiful. So yeah, that's the Class 37. They're nicknamed tractors or growlers, and the enthusiasts have nicknamed these whistlers, owing to the whistling sound they sort of make. So yeah, a lot of locos have got nicknames by spotters over the years, including steam engines. It's still happening. So yeah, I can't think of anything else. Now, I'll let you into a secret. I've dropped the camera on the last two occasions at this point, and I don't want it to happen the third time, so you have to excuse me while I hold it carefully because I've had to abort those two videos. So yeah, let's get these running, and I can stop waffling, and let's get the controller, because I've got to do this with gloves on this time, and I've never done it, but hopefully it will work. He said. Right, hold on a second. Should be going. Right, we've got it. It's very difficult to press the buttons with gloves on. Right, we don't want it to go much over that. We'll just run it at 10 for the moment and see them slowly go round. Oh, he's got a lovely sound. I like that. And this has got the working lights. I've left them on the for the film. Alright. So we'll move my mug out of the way. Cheers, Pentonville. All the best. Now, because I've got the gloves on, I won't be able to zoom in on anything, so I'll just have to carefully move it over there like that, because these iPhones work on sensitive finger touch, and I work with gloves on. So, but it's nice, you know. The whole point of this is to see these two English electric locos running together. I don't think I've ever done this before. So yeah, the Bachmann model is good on the Class 37, but the Curious Scale one with the sound on it, wow, which I've filmed in another video. But I'm keeping this one because it's good enough. I don't want to get rid of it. I was going to sell it. So we'll just take all this in as we go round. Like I say, I don't want to drop the phone because I've done it twice already and it's really frustrating. It's easy to slip out your hands with gloves on. Let's try and get in as close as we can. Put the light on, there's also sunlight coming in as well. I've got them both facing the right way round with the drivers facing us forwards. It's got the white indicator panel discs on the front, the red buffer beam I noticed, and the orange accessories. There's a whole bag of accessories to put on these here, two locos, which I've never got around to doing yet. It's just a lot of patience to do that. I'll do it one day. I might put some of them on. Some of these had steam heating boilers and some of them didn't. I think that's one of the reasons for withdrawal. And I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but Class 40s suffered from bogey frame cracking, and once they got that, I think they were taken out. You know, over years that was one of their traits. But the 37s never had that. Look at that, that's running nicely, nice and slow at the moment. Very strange noises coming from each loco. There's the 37. Getting that rich green colour. And yeah, I think they've got one of these under restoration, the Class 37. Up in Cumbria, and it's on a fledgling railway that's opening up there, Heritage Line, Eden Valley Railway I think it's called. It's part of the line that used to run over the Cumbria Mountains sort of area, you know. And yeah, 37401 or something like that, 37037. I can't remember the number, I'm just guessing. It's in BR Rail Freight Grey, and they've got a couple of the boys down from Bowness and Canal Railway working on it, I think. I've got it running, but it needs a lot of plate work and stuff, so it'd be nice to see that running again. And the 37s have got a real following for the thrash, you know. They're always being featured on YouTube videos, on Facebook. You see them coming up and people just waiting for them to thrash, you know. They like the thrash noise. And I put a video up of a Class 37 on the East Lancs Railway, and they deliberately stopped it in the tunnel suddenly, and then they started it off with the engines open full throttle, and all the enthusiasts hanging out the window. I thought, oh, that was the strangest thing I've ever seen. I also saw that on the Severn Valley Railway when I was down there, when it went through Bewdley Tunnel. The 37 we were behind, and again they opened it up deliberately, and everyone's heads was out the window to hear the 37 thrash. Okay, whatever floats your boat, I suppose. Look at that. Big beast, the Forties, big beast. And the only other loco that was a 16-wheeler was the Peaks, the Class 44s, 45s and 46s. Ironically, they were built at the same time on BR. So, yeah. This is when BR was replacing its steam fleet, and they were looking for different types of loco to come in, and they all looked great, I think. Even the ones that weren't successful, which I'm trying to get models of, and that includes diesel shunters as well. There was so much variety, but all carrying BR livery, you know. That's why I love it, you know. Whereas today I can't say I'm impressed by Class 60 or the Class 90s, and the Class 70s that are coming out now, or that came out plus they're all wedge shaped, you know, boxy, whereas these got proper noses and stuff like that. That's just my opinion. You can disagree with me if you like. You know, I like the look of things, you know, I like the detail, and that's what impresses me. So at this point I will be zooming in there, but as I said earlier, I can't because of the gloves, and sorry about the shaking. I'm glad them BT guys have stopped drilling, because it was going on for ages and I didn't think I'll be able to shoot this video, you know. But just let you know, when I film these, I do two videos. One for this YouTube, it goes on Facebook, and I put it on YouTube. I've got a YouTube channel, and then I put a shortened silent version without me talking on a Model Railway Enthusiast page I'm a Facebook member of. So most guys put on there and they don't talk on it, so I follow suit sort of thing. You don't want to hear me gabbling them. Anyway, I hope you're all doing okay out there, and this weather's got your mojo working, you know, things are brightening up, you know. It's not very nice with the cold, and coping with the cost of living crisis that we were left with. Anyway, we won't go into politics, everyone's got different ones. Where the driver sits in the cab on the left, I believe the driver's position is on this one. You just see out the corner of the window. What I mean by that is the bottom corner, left corner, is where the driver would sit. You just see out the middle one is just there for whatever, you know, they don't use it really. And it's a bit like the Deltics are like that, and in fact all the diesel classes, the English electric types anyway, they're like that. And Class 40 is infamous for the Great Train Robbery. As you know, the loco that was hauling that train was a Class 40, and yeah, the real loco was broken up with haste. They wanted to preserve it, but BR wouldn't allow that because of its notoriety, and it was cut up at Crew Works in 1984 really quickly once it was withdrawn. Yeah, A lot of the railway men said it was jinxed as well, so I don't believe that. So yeah, that's the Class 40. So we'll bring them round in a minute. It's coming up 15 minutes, and we'll stop them and get close up with the detail. Now I've got to be careful here, I don't drop this phone. I'm grabbing the controller at the same time, and we're taking some fabulous Bachmann detail. That's the thing with model railways, they're constantly upgrading their older models. The latest gimmick is to have these auto couplers that uncouple themselves on Bachmann locos. Then they start putting a deluxe version with tinted windows in it, which you pay a lot more for it. Extra lights, better decoders, better motors. You know, they look at their old tooling and adapt it, you know, but for me, I don't need all that, you know. Sound is nice if they get it right, but you really need a decent speaker for good sound, and that's why I've only got the Acura scale and Sutton Loco diesels. Steam is just, shit. Steam model sounds are shit. They just sound like sandpaper, and I won't be buying any of those unless they come up with a way to make it sound just a little bit more authentic. Replicating steam sounds is very difficult. I'm trying to stop these. I just about stopped them because none of the buttons I was pressing were working. Right, so I've done an abrupt stop there. So let's have a look. So this is the Bachmann Class 40. What can we see? I'll put the head code discs on, and it's good because we've got the reporting numbers, which is the same thing that BR changed it to. See, so initially the type of train was on the earlier ones was like that. Okay, so they had white discs to say what type of train it was. It was a freight train, a royal train, a passenger train, and then these came out with again the route, what type of train it was, and that it was done by these sort of scrolling sheets. You know, there would be little winders inside somewhere or underneath to turn, little handles, and you turn those around. But then eventually BR did away with all of that, and they didn't need to tell signals for signalmen, really. Didn't need to tell signalmen about what type of train it was, and they all got plated over these sort of windows and stuff like that, and they just had the lights that were inside them were turned into domino head codes. Alright, and these early Class 40s never received the indicator route boxes, you know. They just stayed like this. What else? I like the silver, let's get a screwdriver if we can. I like the silver step plate, if I can hold the screwdriver. Yeah, this foot plate, I love that touch. Also the 40's got it as well. What else? That's the, just under there, and I can't zoom in, is the English electric build plate, alright? It's under that cab window, and it's the same on the 37. This has got the overhead warning signs. So if you were to climb up and there was electric cables up there, you wouldn't get electrocuted, or you'd be aware that they were there should the loco be under them. Alright, I don't think this has got any on it anywhere. What else? Fuel tanks with the sort of gauge indicator there. I'm sure they're fuel tanks. Might be battery boxes as well. There's the fuel tanks on the 37, and they could be battery boxes there as well. Look at that detail, the windows and everything. So yeah, let's have a look. One last thing, hooters. Now, or horns I should say. On the later Class 37 they're up there, but I'm not sure where they are positioned on the 37. Let's have a look at the 40. Again, that I'm not sure whether horns are on those. They're probably, they could be under there or inside the grill. Not sure. And that's it. I can't think of much else to say about these. So we're taking roof detail. 20 minutes now. Going a bit too fast there. What a beast. And there's a little 37 behind it. Alright, let's set them off and call it a day. If I can get them going again, I don't know if I can, because I may not be able to press the buttons. Let's see. Yeah, we've done it. So thanks for watching this one, and I'll have something for you on another day. And take care of yourselves and enjoy the spring. Bye for now. Can't stop it.